It's your boy D.
I'm Shar, and you are tuning in to Homeroom with Smooth. Class is now in session.
All right, y'all. What's up? What's up? What's up? This is episode number 186. I promise. Like I got it. I got the intro. I got it. Episode 186. Passport boys down 1,000. Okay, the passport boys are down 1,000. I've been waiting for this day. Okay, ever since this man popped off with the video. Dating outside the U.S. is better. Like he said something about like American women and blah 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 and all this other good stuff, you know what I'm saying? And then he even went as far as to always being overseas and traveling. And like now he was doing his YouTube from Brazil, you know what I'm saying, for 600 a month, you know what I'm saying? But I'm gonna let you, because you haven't seen him, you don't know this man. I'm gonna let you see it, okay? So here we go. Oh my God. So here we go. We got the guy. All right, this is the man of the hour. Let's let him talk for himself. Here we go.
The reason that a lot of this is going on is because a lot of people in Brazil are misinterpreting the things that I'm saying in English, and they don't really know how to speak English that well. They're misinterpreting a lot of things because I don't say anything negative about Brazilians. So that's why it's so shocking to me to have this going on. At first, this is very heartbreaking to me. The fact that it was always my dream to live in Brazil, and my YouTube channel was centered around me showing other men, not just the women, but just if you guys understand English and you watch my videos, you see me talk about how I enjoy just, first of all, we can start with just the drinks and how well the drinks are in Brazil. I love the drinks in Brazil over any other country I've been to, even my home country. The food is a lot more healthy. I have a lot more energy. My skin glows a lot better in Brazil. Everything about me is better in Brazil. But I'm very heartbroken knowing that because this whole situation is going on, that even, let's say, for example, I'm not banned to come in Brazil. Since my name has been slandered around and misinformed to the majority of the people, well, it seems like the majority of Brazil, but a lot of people in Brazil, it's not safe even if I wanted to come back. You know, if I'm
just now realizing that there's this annoying ass music.
Oh yeah, he's trying to pull for your sympathy. He's like, listen to this music.
Like, what the fuck is going on? Like I end up looking at the door because I'm like, is somebody coming in here? Like,
oh no, he's just trying to be like, oh, I am sad, and that heartbreaking music. I want to know what he fucking did, but. Or said, because that got him slandered, but
oh yeah. Hold on. His apology has a bit more. Oh my God, I got to figure out how to turn that off. Anyway,
wanted to come back to stay in Brazil, it wouldn't be safe.
Now it's not safe for you.
Oh,
you snitch like.
Okay. There. Okay. All right. I don't know. This is the man. That man is responsible for this. That music. I forgot I downloaded this from TikTok. All right. So yeah, so anyway, that's what I get for using TikTok as source material. I get unfiltered, unkept people. Like bro looked homeless. He looked like you know what? I'm just gonna stop. But look, okay, here's his problem. All right. This passport boy dude, right? He his name is to be completely correct. All right. His name is I had it written Auston Holleman. Okay. Auston Holleman. Okay, that's Austin with an O though. Auston. Okay. Holleman. All right. So this cat or whatever, he was making like videos online. His video, like this is so crazy to me, right? The moment I seen his video, right? His video, it only had like maybe like 60, 70 views. It got suggested to me on my feed. And I went to his channel, I watched the video, and I'm like, man, American women aren't that bad. It seems like you're the problem. You don't know how to take accountability for yourself. You know what I'm saying? That's one. I think you don't know how to take accountability for yourself. You're kind of weird. You know what I'm saying? And something else, like from watching the video. Those were my conclusions. I was like, all right, cool. This is who this man is. However, I went and looked at his subscribers and all that. Like he was lower than me. And then all of a sudden that video went mega viral, quadruple viral, like triple platinum. It like got a dumb amount of views. And then now he's sitting at like 30K. Like he started doing lives all the time. And I said, you know what? I'm like, this rhetoric and the way he's going, I'm subbing just to watch him crash and burn. Because it's gonna happen.
Oh
like,
man.
That's
Oh, I do see his 14-minute apology video.
the whole thing. Okay.
Oh yeah, I'm not gonna watch the whole thing because it's that bad. Well, it seems like if he has an issue with people, because from that video with the music and everything that we just watched, it seems like he was like, oh snaps, guess what? I always wanted to be here anyway. So I feel like he is always going to find something bad to justify what he wants to do. And now he's saying, because he's where he wants to be, he's saying, oh, it's not the Brazilian women, it's the American women. At least that's what it seems like to, at least that's what it seems like to me. I'm probably not going to go ahead and watch all his stuff because I don't care about it, and I wish him the best in Brazil, and he can stay in Brazil, but
he ain't finna make it. They finna run. Like I was reading the comments. Like if you read the comments on the apology video, bro, people in Brazil are like, bro, the place is hot. You need to leave. You done pissed off the wrong people. You need to leave. They're basically the comment section from people in Brazil are telling him, you gonna die. Leave.
Like, because everyone right now is like, as much as you may love Brazil, Brazilian culture and American culture are totally different. If someone is literally putting a hit on you as a foreigner in Brazil, that is seriously nothing to be taken lightly. Yeah. Oh, and it's like to someone else like it sucks that it came to this, but let this be a lesson for future content creators. Everything is not meant for the internet, and if you're traveling and doing this type of stuff, keep it on the low. So, what was he? So, was he trying to be like Mr. Steal Your Girl?
No. So basically, yeah, he was just out there just wilding, like just you know what I'm saying. Whatever foreign woman he could get, that's how he was living. You know what I'm saying. Then he was putting out workout plans. He doing vlogs, showing where he lives at, showing all this other stuff. Like he's easily findable. Like honestly, if I did the work, I could probably narrow down his street in like 15 to 20 minutes.
Yeah. So I mean, and then he has supporters as well too, because pretty much it seems that he doesn't like. From the comments, so this is from the comments that I'm reading right now or skimming through.
Okay.
It seems like the type of woman he wants is someone that's just gonna, and I'm saying this in a bad term, submit to him and whatever will that he has, and he wants to be alpha, which pretty much means that he has some deep down security issues, which is why he is offended and scared of a strong, independent woman. But
he really beta.
So now apparently, so he has other people like, oh, they're like feminists do this, feminist does this, feminist is like, I think people, they really don't, we talked about this before, they really don't know what feminism means, and they're just saying that, oh, feminists ruin everything, and it's like, yeah, shut your mouth because you guys don't know what feminist means.
Right.
But now he's like, oh yeah, Brazilian, Philippines, Thailand, like Thailand. So there's three things that I've seen. It's so pretty much he cannot cast his net in America because these three countries, it seems like I know that they appreciate black men because they're exotic, which is and that's why, like, and I'm reading his comments and this is what people are throwing out to him, and it's like that's what he wants to do, but he needs to show that, hey, it doesn't matter what you say, because it's like, oh, if you don't know every single word in the English dictionary, do not leave a comment criticizing me. That means no one could criticize everything too. And it's like, he's like, that's a problem. Things are getting lost in translation. And this is where he needs to take accountability for his actions too. The thing is, even there's words in English, in every language, especially the English language, is that they have multiple meanings.
Mhm.
And the thing is too, if you're going, Brazil, even the way they say certain things in other languages, even if you translate it directly, means a
Mhm.
totally different thing. Because if I talk to Spanish speakers and they're saying, "Oh, like they like me," and and that's the word that they're using,
Mhm.
because that's the word they're doing like that too. It's more like they could be meaning that they admire me. So
Mhm.
it doesn't mean that they don't like me in a romantic way too.
Mhm.
And so he's trying to blame everybody else, and sometimes you have to be aware of your audience and the way you convey your message. And it's not only what you say, it's how you say it in the context you say it in. And if that's being missed off to him and he's trying to blame everybody else for how they take it, that's like, you have to be accountable for, hey, you are responsible for the way that you send your message. And yeah,
Mhm.
you cannot go and have everybody contextualize your message the way that you want them to contextualize it or receive it too. But you can help them, and that's what he has to realize, especially if there's a language barrier. Especially if there's a language barrier. And if people are, if he's pissing people off, that means he fucked up. And the first thing you need to do is take responsibility and then say, "Hey,
Yeah.
I didn't mean it this way, but in the future, I will go ahead and fix the way I deliver my messages too."
Right.
And the thing is too, and even though he says, "I love Brazilian culture better," um, you're not, like, you're not doing things in Brazilian culture. You are Americanized, and you're putting your Americanized ideals in this Brazilian culture,
I
and
have a
that might not fly with people too.
I have a question for you.
Yes,
Um, so do you think this would have went over better if he just started off saying, "Yo, I'm sorry"? Because it doesn't seem like he's even
no doubt.
apologizing.
No, because sometimes you need to realize that even if you said something and it's taken out of left field, people interpret it a certain way for a reason.
Mhm.
And that's what you have to realize. And that's like the funniest thing too, because I tell that about like I say in any relationship too. And luckily, like with Sebastian's mom, we have a friendship afterwards and everything. We have a friendship. So
Mhm.
and we talk about stuff too. So when she's mad about something, I'm like, okay. And now I'm like, where did you get that from? Because I'm thinking like she's fucking crazy and maybe she does things wrong, but sometimes there's things that happen and she takes it for a certain reason, right?
Mhm.
Which is like, oh, okay. So even though it wasn't my intent to send a message like that, I apologize for how she received it, even though it wasn't my intent. And that goes a long way. And that's why this guy's not
Mhm.
doing it. So maybe like I don't know what he said or what he was trying to do or what he's trying to push out there, but obviously his message got crossed wires and he's trying to blame everybody else for the way that they're receiving the message.
Right. So I believe what happened was he kind of said something to the effect that like Brazilian women are easy for the pickings or something because like all the men are in jail or like they're all drugged, whatever, something. He said something that was insulting to the men, but he doesn't even realize that's what he did. I just read a comment, like
Yeah.
one of the comments down there, and the dude was like just listed out what he said and how it was wrong. And I'm just like, why would you even say that? Like, there's 1,000 ways to big up the women in there without going
No, because so
down
pretty
on
much
anybody.
so what he did was, one, he was pretty much saying that it easy pickings because he's saying, one, the women are just he told both people because he's like, hey, the women will settle for mediocrity because everybody else is trash. So he essentially insulted both sides.
Mm,
And unfortunately, and I know we see it on podcasts, we see it on a bunch of things sometimes, and like one of the comments that was on there, not everything's made for social media, not everything's made to be posted out there too.
mm,
Because we see it all the time. People, they're on a podcast or doing whatever, and they're talking to their homies, not realizing that it's out there. So that's a conversation that you can have with your friends and said, "Hey, man, I'm able to get whatever I want because all my competition's in freaking jail, and they don't even know what a good man is. So
mm,
if I sneeze and say bless you, like, they love me. Like that's a conversation me and you would have offline, not in this form. And then even that, you want to be having your phone out too, like, hey, what's up, guys? This is what we're doing, and this, having everything out, like we wouldn't, like you wouldn't do that. And I think that's the one thing he has to say too. And then the other thing is that, like, kind of he has to apologize and say it, because, and we talk about it all the time. You cannot make absolute statements about a population. You just
Yeah.
can't, because that was the thing we're talking about with Kanye. The thing is, you could say, hey, this person who happens to be this is doing this. But once you say all the men are fucking in jail or good for nothing, and the ones who are out there ain't shit, that means you're talking about everybody.
Yeah.
And you can't do that.
Yeah.
And because nothing is absolute. And it seems like he has to learn that. But like you said, it was he insulted the men and the women. So, and I think that's why, because they're saying feminists, because like on this one too, they're talking about feminism and blah 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 and everything else too. So
Yeah, they ain't got nothing to do with it.
yeah, well, no, because I think now he's trying to blame it on them as well too. So, and like I said, I guess I have to go find someone who's literally gonna make a breakdown of like a timeline of everything that happened, so I can look at it for myself, or I'm gonna have to go ahead and do all that, and I don't want to do that.
Yeah. I don't think I want that as a project. I have enough projects on my plate. But I will say this though, somebody's gonna do it. This just came out.
Oh
Like,
yeah,
this came out. There's some girl that's been foaming at the mouth waiting to do it. Like,
yeah.
I guarantee you, there's gonna be a girl that does it, and it's gonna be phenomenal. It's
Oh yeah,
gonna be freaking phenomenal.
but that's the thing though. But and then for his message, because of what he's trying to do, because it looks like for his fan base, it's they're like, oh, she's a feminist and blah blah blah, and they're and then he's gonna brush it off and try to blame them too, like, oh, like you're trying to cancel me, and that's because it seems like that's what his attitude's gonna be.
Buddy, you're gonna end up with this is to Austin. You're gonna end up with your head cut off out there playing with them people. They move different.
Yeah,
they move completely different. You don't play in South America. Like, you don't know anybody there. You're a stranger. Why are you playing? You think stuff is sweet. That's not America. They will kill you and get away with it. Like, you'll just be an American that died there. Like, and you're black. Don't nobody care, bro. Especially with your track record and what you just said about black women and what you just said about other stuff. The people aren't gonna care. There's gonna be no movement for you.
Yeah,
your family's just gonna get your body back on a plane and they're gonna bury you, and that's gonna be the end of you. And your channel's just gonna exist in perpetuity as, yo, this is the dumbass guy who got his head cut off for insulting a whole country. Because that's essentially what you did with broad general statements. You insulted a whole country. And you don't know who you done brought up when you did that. I do want to ask you, do you want to talk about the other thing too? Or
we can talk about it at all. I'm just looking at. So it seems there's a person named Stephanie, because I'm kind of just scrolling down.
Okay, here we go.
And and so now people, they're making it like a race war and this and that too. Because like, I went to Stephanie's page. She's a hardcore feminist, and she feels nervous when a man says hi to her. Per usual, she's a black Brazilian feminist, black woman across the world, took up feminism, and blah 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 blah. So see, and that's the thing, and people, they're picking and choosing, because they're like, you did nothing wrong by you saying they don't require much means that they're simple and want simple days compared to American women. And as you talk, you're talking about being easy, and see, and that's the thing too. She's like, she took it this way, and that's where you need to clear and concise with your message. Two, you cannot make absolute statements about all American women, because the thing is too, and that's the thing, he's talking about all American women right there, and all Brazilian women, because that's what I know, Brazilian women who are high maintenance. And I know American women who are low maintenance. And the thing is too, maybe, and he's basing it based off the company that he's keeping too, because that's the one thing that we talked about earlier, is that, hey, depending on your social class, It shows what is or isn't acceptable. Honestly, I think if he really is really worried and he needs to make some moves, talking to social media influencers in his sphere, in Brazil, especially native Brazilian social media speakers, or social media influencers and content creators, and collaborating with them and making something um
Making something what?
oh no, just making something that's organic and real and explains everything too, because he's not, like I said, he is like, how dare they do this to me, how dare they do this to me, and it's like, there are people, they don't pull something out of thin air. And
Yeah.
I think that's the thing that you have to realize. So it might not have been your intent, but they got it somewhere. And if you didn't clarify it, and that's what I tell everybody, because I had a conversation with somebody last night about it, because we're talking about Father's Day, and they're like, oh, like, why does it need to be said? And I'm like, no, but like, that's on you, because just because you celebrate something a certain way doesn't mean someone else does it. So sometimes it does not come to them as well too, which is why you have to go out there and you can't be mad about it. You just have to go explain it to them as well. And it seems like that's what you need to do. It's like, you need to go over there, regurgitate what you said, what you meant, and talk about, your comparative, and say, hey, next time if I say something like that, I'm gonna better contextualize it, so I'm not purposely offending someone, or someone doesn't feel slighted.
I yeah.
Yeah.
I agree with you. That is the perfect course of action. I would take it one step further and find a Brazilian creator to do
Yeah.
it with.
No, that's what I'm saying.
Find you somebody that's on the ground, somebody that you can have a conversation with, that people respect, you know what I'm saying, and that speaks the language and can tell you why this is this, and like advocate for their side of the story. So then you can make all your apologies in one go. If you do it with a local person, you can do it in one go, because doing it with American people, that ain't gonna mean nothing. We don't care. We're America. You have freedom of speech, but there, like, everything's a bit different.
See, and I've actually heard of this too. So I guess another thing that because it seemed like what he was, because you said he kind of is wild out and gets what he wants. That's known as sex tourism, right? And women aren't okay with that, because it's like, oh, I'm gonna go out here because like, it's pretty much how people go to Vegas, right? So that's what he's treating it as. And there's other women who actually live there, because it kind of works in Vegas, because everybody goes to Vegas.
Yeah,
right.
Everybody.
But if you're going there and just going and moving around with locals and then bouncing, that's sex tourism, and they're saying that's not okay. So
yeah. So guys, we're gonna cut to a quick break, you know what I'm saying? And we're gonna come back with the next topic.
Hey, if you're someone that craves vibes when it comes to music like I do, you need to check out Rose Petals. Rose Petals is a 12-track R&B album by yours truly, Farrah Michelle, and it just dropped. It's available right now on all major digital outlets. I'm personally inviting you to come and vibe with me through music. Let me know what you think. Shout out to the home team, the Kosher Sound, and you already know we're supporting and watching Homeroom with Smooth. Let's go.
All right, y'all. Hey, y'all make sure y'all go download that album. I'm gonna put the link in the bio. I forgot to put it on the default, so I'm gonna put it on the default, so it's default always in there. Y'all make sure y'all go download the album. The album is good. That's my friend. I love her. I support her. Man, y'all should too. So what's up, man? What we talking about next, man?
Oh, we're going to sports, because I know we don't talk about that often, but oh my gosh. So NFL super wild card weekend. The one thing I will say is that all the games a lot better than I thought it was gonna be. No blowouts. So it seemed like, as of right now, every person was supposed to be there. So I'm just like, yeah. So I said definitely, but there's one game in particular.
Yeah.
One game in particular that was kind of just whoa.
Yeah.
Whoa. Sorry. So actually, well, I'll just do a refresh too. See, the most blown out game, Seattle, San Francisco, right? It was actually, Seattle was winning at halftime. So I was like, oh my gosh, Seattle came to play. And then the 49ers, they said, you know what, we're done with you. As well. Bills, Dolphins, oh my gosh, for a minute, I thought the Dolphins were going to actually win the game. I'm like, because the Bills make
I did too.
mistakes, and the
I did too.
Dolphins, Mike McDaniels, pay that man. Great coach, third string quarterback, freaking got, and they're just going. I think I feel bad for that quarterback because I'm not sure if he's a rookie or not too, but he kept on bailing out. Was it Giants Vikings? Another one that was a lot closer than people thought it was going to be too, and the G-men picked it up too. The one with the craziest finish, craziest score, not craziest finish, craziest score, Ravens Bengals. That one, I was like, oh my gosh, and a 98-yard fumble recovery, return for a touchdown. 90, yeah. So Bengals had it on the goal line. Quarterback tried to go up and over. Some guy was like, "Not in my house." Smacked the ball out. Some lineman got up and just ran all the way, took it to the house. And I was like, "Oh,
a lineman."
Yeah, I was like, "Well, it might have been a linebacker."
God.
Just so you guys can see that. You guys can see that one on Twitter or wherever you catch your sports highlights. But the one that cut me deep as a football fan and as a Californian. Jaguars, Chargers. Man, I'm just I would just tell you I'm gonna show this post game. Just I was just like, oh man. Oh yeah, I need to go present this again. Screen 2 with my system audio.
Yeah. Because because you sent me the clip and I've been avoiding it for a long because I wanted to first react to it with you. I wanted to talk about it with you because I was like, I know this got to be good. So you don't send me clips all the time. So if you sent me something, it gotta be good.
So long story short, it was Chargers had a 27-0 lead, and they lost 31-30. So this is post game.
We're going to learn a lot from this, and unfortunately, this is the tough side of things. Our season's over, but I love everybody in that locker room, and this was a step for us, and we're going to grow a lot from it.
We
yeah, management should be done with him.
Unfortunately,
Brandon Staley. I mean, I can't even.
Yeah.
Oh my! 27-0 lead, just lost. You have so much talent.
Yeah. They just won a Super Bowl.
No. That was the Rams. That's a totally different thing.
Shoot, my fault.
So totally. All I'm saying is make the playoffs. You have Keenan Allen, Mike Williams, Austin Eckler, Justin Herbert. They were locked into the playoffs last week, and then they played all their starters. And the thing is, the Chargers, they have been injury ridden, and he's like, I'm playing all my starters. And Mike Williams freaking cracked his back, so he was not good for this game because he fractured his back.
Wait, no, seriously, he fractured his back?
Yeah, he fractured his back last week in a meaningless game that they lost to. So not only was meaningless, but you played all your starters and you lost. So that was just that's that. And then
what quarter did he get hurt in?
He got early in the game.
Oh, that definitely.
And they're already locked into the playoff seed. Or they were the highest seed that they could go. And so they had no reason playing this. And get this, Asante Samuel Jr. in this goal. Not only did they lose 27-0 lead, right? They also had they got 5 turnovers. So the Jaguars quarterback, freaking Trevor Lawrence, threw 4 interceptions in the first half. 3 in the first quarter. Asante Samuel Jr. got 3 interceptions in one game. Historic performance. Wasted. I'm just, and this guy's talking about, we're gonna learn from fucking this. Brandon Staley needs to go. I'm not saying because he's a defensive coach too. So there was things that his defense just can't do. His defense has been bad for 2 years, and people were like, "Oh, it's only year two." And there's like the Dolphins head coach. They just got him this year, right? Too put a culture in 2 games. If it wasn't for the quarterback getting a concussion, they probably would have won that game. They're contending with the top teams in the NFL too. Mike McDaniel, uh, Doug Peterson. Right. Last year, the Jaguars were a train wreck with Urban Meyer.
Yeah.
This year, freaking Doug Peterson going to the divisional round of the playoffs. Oh, and came back from a 27-0 lead in the playoffs too, as well. We're not talking about that as well.
Yeah.
That's the thing. I forgot the Giants. The Giants head coach too. Same thing though, to instill the culture. And even if you go to call USC, horrible team, got Lincoln Riley, right? Offensive juggernaut because he's an offensive head coach. Brandon Staley is a defensive head coach, and his defense is typically not performing at all. And when you have a Justin Herbert on a rookie contract, this is your time to make moves and bring football to LA because you already have the Rams, right? So you don't want another Laker Clippers thing. So you also want to be good, and like he's just wasting talent. And so Justin Herbert's third year, and that's the thing. It's the Spanos too. The Chargers are a bad organization. The Spanos part of it is because they are not the richest. Like I think if you look for out of the 32 teams, the Spanos, they are like one of the 5 least rich owners in the NFL. So they don't like spending money. That's why they came back to LA. NFL football team fired their cheerleaders because for budgetary reasons.
Wait.
The Chargers.
The Chargers fired their cheerleaders.
Yes, they
because
disbanded.
Of budget.
Yeah, they disbanded their.
Bro, that stadium was like full for a Tennessee game. Y'all are making money.
I'm just that's the Chargers organization. So Chargers are doing Chargers things as always. That's the thing.
Wow,
So,
I didn't know that. Like I'm over here dumbfounded because of the budget. Cheerleaders aren't even that expensive.
Oh yeah. Brian Dable, that's the Giants head coach. But
Okay.
Yeah, so it part of it is the Chargers. Part of it is the Chargers organization. And if you're going over there, like because they hired Mike McCoy, right? So this I'll just put it this way too. The Chargers, they spoke to Andy Reid. So the Super Bowl winning head coach was on the Eagles for a while, on the Chiefs, Patrick Mahomes, Star Wars numbers.
Yeah.
And then they hired Mike McCoy. They spoke to Sean McDermott, who turned the Bills around, and then they got Anthony Lynn. And now they got and then Brian Dable, who is pretty much took the Giants and fixed them, and they got Brandon Staley. So there's a bunch of stuff that the Spanos are just doing wrong. Part of the reason why they came to LA, because they're going to LA and they're trying to do something with the Raiders because they couldn't get the stadium that they wanted in San Diego because they didn't want to pay that much money for it and help them out.
Which was dumb.
So then after that, they're trying to go halves. And San Diego, they didn't do their part in that either. So I'm not putting it all on them. But the Spanos definitely they have an issue with it too. Then they were trying to go to Carson with the Raiders as well. And I'm glad that one didn't go through because it would have been weird. 2 AFC West teams, so same division, rivals, in the same stadium wasn't going to work. But that's just how cheap he is. That's how cheap he is. And then the Rams. So then the NFL said, "Hey, you go with the Rams because that's the thing." Stan Kroenke, the Rams owner, he said, "Guess what? I'm building a stadium no matter what. So you either could put my team in it, or guess what? There's gonna be a venue, and some other owners have to pay me to use my stadium." Because he's like, you know what? I'm fucking balling, and this is what I'm doing.
Yeah.
So it just shows the difference, like, of the caliber of owners that they have. And if you know about sports, like I said, Brian Dable, Sean McDermott, Andy Reid, all those coaches in the playoffs right now too. So and and that just speaks to the Spanos. And then that's the thing too with the Chargers. When I found that out too, like because they moved out here, they're trying to get people, and then they disbanded their cheerleaders. You're like, why? You can't
Yeah,
pay
that's
24 people to work 10 games, if that.
yeah. And they're not making like buku numbers.
Yeah.
Like they're probably like the same cost as what, like 2 players?
Not yeah, pretty much. And they just they do what they do, and then you go ahead and then it's easy. So and I guess they don't want to have them travel to other events, but if you do a bunch of other local stuff and the players can't make it, like, hey, guess what, Charger cheerleaders. And guess what, then your brand appeals to little girls too who like to dance.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just yeah. So
Yeah.
but just for the city of LA, I am sorry. For Southern California, I am sorry that you had to witness that, because everybody knows me. I'm a Rams fan, and that one hurt me because if the Chargers do good, LA does good, and it helps Rams out too. Makes you have that rivalry, makes people more interested in football. So then you got LA football fans. They don't sell the tickets to the opposing stadium. We got a home field advantage. And so them doing good, going to the playoffs, beating people, bringing stuff back here is good for business. Like it
Yeah.
really is. And then, this shit happens. 27-0.
And when did they score most of their points? In
They
the
scored
in the
they
fourth?
scored most they scored the Jaguars.
Yeah.
So pretty much so the Chargers, they scored most of their points in the first half.
Right.
So they scored 17. They scored 17 in the first quarter, 10 in the second quarter, right? And then so that was 27 points. The Jaguars, they scored 7 at the end of the second quarter, which they shouldn't even done that. But guess what? Because then there we go again. Brandon Staley, defensive guru. Why is your defense letting this happen? But I digress. Then in the third quarter, they only scored 3 points, the Chargers. And then that's when, so the third quarter of the Jaguars, they scored 13 points. Fourth quarter, they scored 10. They scored 11 points. And then it was just like it was a shit show. Like, and yeah, there's a penalty that should have been called, but you got players losing their cool, throwing their helmets on the freaking ground, saying crap to like, know the moment that you're in. And that goes on coaching. So when your team unravels and you're getting personal foul calls and everything, that's head coaching. And if you're letting your team do that, that's on the head coach. Right. And that's why Brandon Staley needs to go. I heard Sean Payton's available. If he wants to go to the Chargers, I'm buying Chargers season tickets. Hopefully that happens. But I doubt it. I doubt it.
I got to get in on those season tickets with you. Yeah. Like I don't have much to add here besides, like, I was just blown away by the wins and losses and how it transpired. Like, cause me, I'm a fan, but I'm like an average fan. Like, basketball is more my thing. Like, I'll go in depth with you on basketball, but like looking at the football games, and I'm like, okay, 0-27. I'm like, all you need to do is score at least one touchdown a quarter and you're gold. One touchdown a quarter, you keep them at bay, you keep them depressed. You're gonna win. You're gonna win. That's it. And they couldn't even do that. Like, it looked like they went in at the half and they were like, yeah, turn up. They turned up, and then you have the what is that? The no, not the Dolphins. The Jaguars. Yeah, the Jaguars. Yeah. They went in there like they were the Looney Tunes squad and drunk the Michael Jordan freaking special water, and they came back out there like they were just those guys.
Yeah,
to throw 4 interceptions.
Yeah, he threw 4 interceptions in the first half.
That in the comeback.
Yeah,
that is a testimony.
Oh, here. Here you go, man. I'm about to go throw this on there too.
What's up? What's up?
Share screen. So edge tab. Where is he?
Yeah. Let's see what we got.
Put them right around Hundley. He reaches. Oh, that ball's out. That's live.
What?
Sam Hubbard.
Oh my God! No, run that back. I'm sorry. Run that back.
Chase
Run that back.
He reaches. Oh, that
Oh, it's blue. Why is it blue?
It
Damn it!
highlighted everything.
I know. I hate
ball's
NFL
out. That's
things.
live.
Wait. Go back. Hold on.
Why is it highlighting everything? Damn it! See?
No, click off to the side of the screen. Yeah,
I get it. I'm about to go pull it on something else. Oh no, because I saw what it did over here. No, it highlighted the because I was on NFL.com.
Oh, okay. All right.
There
Cool.
you
We good. Run that back. I'm sorry.
Put them right around Hundley. He reaches. Oh, that ball's out.
Oh
That's
wow.
live. Back the other way. Sam Hubbard, the Cincinnati Kid. Hubbard's got a convoy. Chased by Andrews at the 30, the 20. He will score.
Yeah, it was.
Wow.
He's like, I reached over. You can't even believe it. Like they're about to go. And like, this is what we're doing. Like you can't even believe it.
Yeah,
He
that's
broke
crazy.
the plane. Logan Wilson went over the top to knock it out. We'll have to see where it came out.
Oh, he ain't make it.
That's
Nope.
short. That is short of it. What a play by Wilson.
Man.
And Sam Hubbard, who grew up a Bengals fan, won a state championship at Moeller High School.
Yeah, you know where he messed up at?
Championship in
He
Ohio
didn't
State.
pull that ball back
Makes
to
the
his
ma-
chest.
Yeah. Well, yeah, because he was trying to go ahead and score, but that's the thing. That should have been the craziest play everybody should have been talking about for the weekend. And guess what? We're talking about freaking Chargers because 27-0, the vitriol and venom that we're just firing Thielen.
They're fired. They're fired. They despicable, terrible. Let me think, man. I got one more thing that I really want to talk about. So I'm gonna run. We're gonna run one more. We're gonna plug somebody up real quick, and then we're gonna get into that real quick.
What's up, guys? My name is Megan, and I help people move to China. If you like free health care, free transportation, and a free place to stay, and also traveling abroad, hit me up. My name is Megan, and I'm rocking with Homeroom with Smooth.
Okay, now I also want to point out.
Oh, hold on.
Hold
on. Auston Holleman needs a caller.
Yeah, Auston Holman. Yeah, he does. He needs to find somewhere else to go. Austin called Megan. Hey, but also she's on episode 185 of the podcast. Okay, we just did it. She just explained everything on there. So go check that out. Make sure y'all go link in and tap in with her. I'll be putting her link permanently in the bottom of the description. I keep slacking on the link stuff, but I'm gonna fix that. Okay. That's my promise to you guys. But I have a question. All right. I got a real question. Would you, as an artist, pay money to perform? Because me, I'm just gonna lead with my thoughts. Me, in this day and age, in this era, I would not do it, especially at home. Like if I'm going to somewhere else and I'm getting a big opportunity to get in front of strangers and I get to make a first impression, cool. I'm in the backyard. I'm wherever I'm at. I'm practicing performing. I'm practicing. I'm practicing my lyrics. All of that. I'm doing other things to just get myself ready for being on stage. And there's more than one way to get ready to be on stage. Now, whether or not you know how to perform is a whole nother thing. But at the same time, like if you're a rapper, all you gotta do is just rap into the mic. You know what I'm saying? Like blah 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 blah. You know what I'm saying? Like have some movements and you good. Okay. There's a stage presence to public speaking. I can go publicly speak in front of a group of people because all you need to do is project yourself. That's one. Project. always look confident, no matter. And then if you mess up, just say, "Yo," you know what I'm saying. Correct yourself and keep it pushing. You know what I mean? Like if you're a singer, if you got the talent, you got the talent. Like go up there and blow. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't know or understand why I would pay money to do that in front of the home team. In front of the home team. Like I'm gonna get very specific. In front of the home team, I'm not paying nobody. Even if it was something like for me, like a debate panel or something, right? I'm not paying to go sit in a chair. Like on my I'm not paying.
Yeah.
I'm not going to pay to go sit on somebody else's podcast.
Mm.
Like that don't do nothing. Like at the end of the day, that doesn't do anything for me because those people's audiences are there for them. Like if I'm getting brought into a conversation, cool. I'm not buying my way up because 9 out of 10, you end up somewhere that you don't want to be, and you don't get real fans. You just get a quick bump. But that's just me. Go ahead.
For me, yes, no.
Okay.
Yes, if say we're doing a set with somebody right there too, and then I'm paying for that spot, and then pretty much if I don't pay for that spot's not going to be used at all. Then yes, because I'm thinking from like a stage point of view. Okay, that means they have to pay this money, so to pay the people for an extra hour, 30 minutes, blah blah blah. You're lighting the crew and everything else like that too. But if they're already going to be available and everything's already set up, and it's like a big headlining event, and they're saying, "Hey, like you can come on stage, but you have to pay this," then I'm going no, because I'm thinking practically, and I'm thinking about everything that's going on. So like you said, like for stuff like this, it's like for someone to come on here and be like, "Hey, you can come on Homeroom with Smooth, but you have to pay $20." I'm like, no, because everything's already set up already, and you're coming in. So the show's going on with or without you.
Thank you.
That is so I think so that's where I am. So it's like, hey, we're like I'm doing this card, right? And then I have to put in money for the card to get my space, so then they can keep on building the card up, and the show's gonna go longer. Then yes, but if it's saying, hey, guess what? No matter what, we have this 5-hour set blocked already, and that's already paid for, and we're having this big headlining event that's pulling in all these ticket sales already. Then no, I'm not paying for money that's already been allocated, and you're doing your stuff already.
Yeah. That's personally how I feel. Like if for instance, like you're an artist, right? You're an artist, and like even if you're on like a lower tier, but you're still like semi-famous, and like let's say you're having to pay to go on tour with, I don't know, let's just pick somebody that just going on tour. Future's on tour. You have to pay to perform with Future. He's already performing. The show's already sold out. What are you paying for? And if not, my thing is, I feel like if you are gonna have these artists, sorry, it's just something on my keyboard. If you're gonna have these artists pay, it should be treated as an investment. Okay, they should at least get their 150 back.
Yes, exactly.
Because I could see you making them pay as a deposit to make sure they show up. That's fine. That's fine. I'll take a deposit, but I should get my money back. Like I'm not even saying you got to put them in on the profits. Yeah. And then we talked about earlier, like, are you going on a separate flyer? Are you going on the main flyer? Are you going on the main ticket? Like, where is your name gonna be? Like, how are people going to know you're going to this besides you telling them?
Exactly.
And you telling people, you're only telling your same group of people. You're not telling nobody new. You're not getting new faces. That's why if it was somebody that, I don't know, example, you live in Texas, right? Cool, you're in Texas, and let's say you live in Dallas. I would not pay to perform in Dallas. I would pay to perform in Houston.
Yeah,
that would make sense to me because I'm paying to be marketed in front of a new group of people. I would not pay for my own market.
Not at all.
That doesn't make sense.
Not at all.
That doesn't make sense at all.
No, and that's why I'm with you on that one too. Is like, especially if it's like we said, it better be something big. If I'm paying for it, like you said, if it's something already set up, I'm like, nah, man, nah. Because like I think it's just a cheap money move.
I feel it.
Yeah.
Yeah, because that to me, like in my head, if you're asking for people to get involved with this, that means to me that the show is not done. That means you don't have enough acts to make the show that you want to go happen. Why are you trying to make people pay for that?
Because
Like, and you already are you're trying to sell out the show. So you're like, yo, I need to bring these people in. You know what I'm saying? I would prefer, honestly, if I was a promoter, what I do, just me, if I was a promoter, what I do is I get the people involved. You know what I'm saying? I say everybody that wants to be involved, send me music so I can grade these people. So we can just shift out people like the Pepsi guy that was singing the Pepsi thing. We can get out the Ice J Fishes, the 50 Tyson. We don't need none of that. We're having a serious event, right? I'm like, cool. We weed all them out. We got serious contenders. All right, cool. Like, then I'm putting y'all in a thing. I'm shuffling, and people are gonna perform in whatever order that is. I'm gonna have the R&B separated from the rap, and that's gonna be that, right? And that's gonna be my show. But I would give the artist, like, here's some tickets that you can sell them for this much. You can keep $10 or something like that, like of it or whatever. You know what I mean? Like, I do something to where I'm getting them involved and I'm getting more out of it and more promotion out of it.
Yeah.
Than just me just forcing you to pay me for an event that may or may not, one, pop off, two, actually be beneficial to you. If I can't guarantee you a certain number of listeners afterward, a certain number of followers afterward, I mean, it's not like the events where this happens, it's not like you're going to go perform at Summer Jam or some shit. Yeah. Performing at Summer Jam, like, yeah, nigga, you finna be up. You know what I'm saying? Performing at South by Southwest, yeah, you finna be up. If you somehow got on Rolling Loud, yes, you're going to be up from that.
But I think you just hit it on the head that a lot of owners, investors, a lot of people who do stuff like that, it's promoters, not owners, promoters. I'm sorry, I was still thinking about Chargers. Stuff.
You're feeling still hurt.
Promoters, investors, they're about themselves, and that's just pretty much what it is. They're there to make money. They're there to turn a business. If you happen to blow up, they could be like, "Yo, that was me." To bring other people in there. If not, they still get their money, and then you move along. You move along your merry way. And unfortunately, that's how a lot of people are, and they don't look at the landscape. Because I can tell you this right now too, because I have because you know about my coaster club. So there's a lot of drama lately. Not coaster. I'm not in a coaster club. Sorry. You know about a lot of the coaster drama because I tell you. Yeah. So there's and you can tell because they're trying to do things and they're upset because and like you said, it's like because on not Father's Day, because we have Juneteenth. Yeah. And then after that, they're doing a bunch of stuff in Georgia because they're doing CoasterCon. So ACE, the American Coaster Enthusiasts, they're doing this big thing. And around that, and then they're saying, hey, after con, since people are going to be in the area, let's go ahead and do this and do some more events. One club, because they're all about their numbers. So instead of saying, hey, guess what? We have a club trying to go in with other enthusiasts and bring people into your club. They're all about, they moved their whole event because they want to do ERT, like exclusive ride time, for a cost. So they don't care how it looks. They don't care how the club looks. All they care about is the bottom line. All they care about is money.
Wow.
And we explained that to them, and it's like they don't care because so that's the thing. So they want to do it no matter what. They're going to get their money. And if it blows up and it's big and they get more people about it, that's fine. But if not, they still get their money. And I think unfortunately, that's how a lot of businesses work. And then there's like another one too, like for because that same group is also coming out west, but there's a different group the week before. So 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 pretty much what they're doing is that, hey, guess what? You got so you give them $50, right? You get to go in the park 2 days in a row. You get to go in the park 2 hours early when it's not open to anybody else, and you get to ride these rides. You get a free lunch and a backstage tour of the park. The other group,
that doesn't sound too bad. Like,
yeah,
that actually sounds really good.
But the other group, the one I was talking about earlier, that moved their thing. The next weekend they're doing an event. It's $55, but only for one day to go an hour and a half early and lunch.
Oh wow, they're doing the bare minimum.
Yeah, but it costs more than the other group. Because
that doesn't
remember,
make sense.
it was 2 days for $50 or 1 day for $55.
Yeah, they ain't even making sense.
Well, yeah, they want to make, no, that's the thing, they want to make sense. But so going back to like I was saying about these promoters, and they don't care how it looks for you, because like I said, like the one group, they want to give an experience and meet people, go backstage, see stuff, understand the business more. And so I so with that one, I truly feel that that experience for $50, I feel like it's truly for the enthusiasts to go look at everything. The other group I see is like, oh, they just want money. And luckily, and then I have connections to the park out here, so I'm like, okay, how much does it cost to set that up? And now I'm like, okay, now why does it cost $55 when a group before that they're doing it the week before for $50 and it's 2 days? And that's the thing. Even if it wasn't 2 days, why is it $5 more? Like the 2 days is like the cherry on top, but that's back to your promoters. You know, it's like, oh, they just want their $150 casting fee, because they probably throw out other stuff that a lot of people may or may not use that doesn't cost them anything, and then they just and if they and that's the thing, if you blow up and get more people, it's, oh yeah, that group, they helped me out, and then they get advertised like, yeah, because then they go, hey, if you do this, you could be like this person, and to get more people in. But then if nothing else happens, guess what? They're $150 richer, and they're cool with it.
I just realized I'm walling. I said I really did say 150 earlier, didn't I?
Yeah.
Okay, that's cool. It's whatever. I don't give a fuck.
You brought it up.
I don't know these people. No. The thing was, I was trying to. Anyway, whatever. It is what it is now. It is what it is.
Oh,
now.
trust me.
Folks, if you make it to the end of this video, you know exactly what the fuck I'm talking about now.
But that's why we talk about it too. Sometimes we talk about it on a podcast, talking to your homies, and stuff gets out. See, it all ties together. See,
I was feeling it.
Auston Holleman. See, that's what happened. That's what happens.
Hey, yeah. So to recap today's episode real quick for y'all, and we're gonna get the fuck up out of here. One, keep your ass in America, okay? Like that's the bottom line.
No, not that. No, don't go to another country just to have sex. That's
the bottom line too.
And don't brag about it.
Yeah. I agree. Secondly, hire a new head coach, Chargers.
Sean Payton is open. Yeah, because this fool, and that was a part of his post-game thing. Besides that stuff, everything from the game, he blamed the players, he blamed everybody on the team except himself, and he did not admit that he was totally out coached by Doug Peterson. So yeah, Chargers, new head coach, Spanos, are like the Spanos, but the Spanos suck anyway, because I mean, they have 39 years of ownership. They have an under 500 record. They 8-11 in the playoffs, and it just, yeah, like it goes on and on and on. No Super Bowls. So last place 12 times, only 16 winning seasons. Yeah, only 16, 39 years, only 16 seasons that they have a winning record. Only 11 playoff appearances.
Oh my
only 7 division championship, 1 AFC championship, no Super Bowl wins, and no stadiums built. And 39 years. And 39 years like that, never bought a freaking. So that's my So you know what? Sell the team and hire a head coach. I just sell the team. You know what, guys? We're gonna start a Patreon for $1 for $1 a year. If we get enough people, we could own the Los Angeles Chargers.
That actually sounds kind of fire though. Like to own the Chargers.
We
That'd
just
be fire. Fuck.
we need to be like Green Bay, and we all just need to have like this group, and we could just own the Chargers. That's what we all need to donate money, so then we could go and just buy the fucking Chargers and put it in some capable fucking hands. Because Dean Spanos needs to go.
Facts. Okay. And the last topic, topic number 3. Look, if you're gonna pay to be in front of your target audience or in front of a new audience, okay? Because if you're paying for at home, okay, wherever you live, whatever home is, then people don't fuck with you. They don't like your music. They don't really like your music because they quickly will pick up somebody that they don't know. And I, as somebody that lives in California now, I've tested it. I've played numerous Arkansas artists for random people. Like whenever I get a chance, I'll play an Arkansas artist. I'll do it. And people be like, oh man, I actually kind of like this guy. What else he got? I'm like, oh, okay, cool. And then I give them the rest of your stimulus package. You know what I'm saying? I give them the rest of your stimulus package. And I'm just really concerned that y'all don't understand your own value. Like, understand your value. Understand when you got something good, you need to go outside and show people that it is really good. Take that money, okay? Whatever money you're spending, make a marketing budget for yourself. This is free game. Make a marketing budget for yourself and get on some shows in front of some real people that like music, okay, that have a chance of liking your music, and you get a new first impression, okay? Because all them people from back home, they know you personally, okay? Like this podcast is not even listened to that much by people back home. It's listened to everywhere else. My number 1 audience is Virginia. I've never even been to Virginia. Like I've never got out the car in Virginia. I drove through Virginia. I didn't get out the car.
I've got on the car, Virginia. I was there last year on Juneteenth, repping the podcast and the bluesiest, you know, because us as Black people, we need to come together and raise each other up and inspire each other to be better.
I'm going to something in the water. That'll be my first time in Virginia.
Don't be like Auston Holleman.
Don't look. Hey, that lame ass nigga. Like I called it a long time ago. I wish I would have made a video so I could just point to my video. I knew I should have did it. I should have made a video and called it like, yo, this dude is headed for downhill quick. Excuse me. So, man, hey, y'all pray for his safety though. I really don't want him to die. You know what I'm saying? But that's just what he's pushing towards. You don't play with them people. With that being said, this is episode 186. Passport Boys down 1,000. I might need to change it to 10,000 because this man is hurting.
Oh man,
we out.
No.